Welcome to Martini Time. I feel like dolphins today. Isn't that nice? Look at that. I love it. Trained dolphins. Or yin-yang broken apart. Where you look at the yin-yang and the two dolphins stationing each other. Well, they just broke apart. Okay. So, what I've been following today, the story I've been following today, I watch Rachel Maddow, and I think I'm becoming Rachel Maddow, because she's always doing the news we're following, the story we're following today, the breaking story, you see. So the story I've been following today basically came out of the living metaphor of our front street, Main Street. They've been digging up and repairing sewer lines, I guess, all summer. And so the road has been like this, and dirt and noise and the whoop and the whole thing. And so now, today they started paving it. And this big paving machine goes down. It's kind of like a moving furnace, And the smell of, when it goes by your house is consumed in the smell of asphalt, And then I thought of Apocalypse Now. And the hotshot cavalry officers says, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. So this morning I said, I love the smell of asphalt. I love the smell of asphalt in the morning, because it means they're paving the potholes, they're paving the road. It'll be smooth sailing now. No more bumps, no more potholes, no more noise, and no more boop, boop, boop with the machines backing up and everything. Yay, you see. They're paving the road. I thought, what a great metaphor. So I've kind of like been, and this is what I do, and this is what you should do, is that something that happens in your everyday life, you make a metaphorical connection to your mind, to your life, you see. So this is something external, a very visible thing. Everybody can relate to it. So when you flip it, you see, when suddenly it becomes a metaphor. Now, a metaphor means that it's just a fact. It's just an asphalt machine, and you can go into that and study it and write a paper about it and talk about how big the machine is and how little the machine is and how long it takes and all of that stuff, you see. So that's true. All right? So the factual level. But the metaphorical level means that I'm getting the potholes in my life paved. What does it mean to get the potholes? What does it mean? What does it feel like when you got potholes in your life? Boop! Damn! The washing machine just broke. Boop! Damn! The dryer just broke. Boop! The damn pothole. You see, I want it smooth. Wash machine shouldn't break. Dryer shouldn't break. I want it smooth, you see. These damn potholes. These upsets. And then you get to the other level of the lies. So just before I came on here, my phone, I've been in Richmond all day, and my phone, there was a voicemail on it. Oh, and it was it was a Virginia Beach number, so I live in Blackstone, so already I was there, but I don't answer out of town because they're all lies. But now the lies have used local numbers, so you pick it up and damn, some robo thing says, "Hi Ed, I wanted to talk to you about this business, this loan. I've been trying to get in contact with you," and he sounds so friendly. It's a lie. The stench of lies. The stench of lies. Getting back to the Apocalypse Now. See, that movie, I saw that movie a while ago. I'd seen it years ago, but I had this yearning to see it. I should see that movie. I should see that. And so there's several things in that movie, metaphorically speaking, that has been revealing myself to myself. First of all, the stench of lies, which is what Kurtz, who was up there in the jungle beyond the pale, said. The character was Marlon Brando, or Kurtz was in the Heart of Darkness, the book by Joseph Conrad. Many people read that in high school. Same Kurtz, same upstream, same the horror. But anyway, the stench of lies, you see. What is the stench of lies? When everything's a lie. No, if just one thing's a stench and the other isn't, there's no stench there. I mean, one, you stink. I don't. The Democrats stink. The Republicans don't, you see. But what if they both stink? What if everything stinks? What if every phone call? What if all appearances are lies? What if all appearances are not telling the truth? This is what Buddhism says. This is the stance of Buddhism. All is suffering, all is lies, all is appearances that don't tell the whole story, you see. It's a lie. So when you find out what wasn't told to you, when you find out that it was a half-truth, when you find out that there's a deception there, it's a lie. The trust is broken. Santa Claus is dead. My beloved betrayed me. She told me a lie. You see? So we go through life with these potholes. Oh, damn, I want a life with no potholes. I want the asphalt road to be smooth, without a bump, without a lie in it. Good luck. Good luck. You see, so this whole thing is that we just have this assumption that somehow you can end up with a lie and not a lie. You see. And so then, of course, you get rid of the lie and choose not the truth, you see. But what if both sides are lying? And by lying now, we need to get more of a general idea here. Not like you lie. But I just mean not complete, you see. There's another part of the story. And of course, if somebody's accused of lying, well then of course they're going to come back and say, well, that's your opinion. I've got my story and I'm telling the truth. And you say, well, yeah, but I feel, or the facts of that, well, they're just fake news. Or you're lying, or your evidence is lying, you see. And this is going on today big time with Harvey Weinstein and the Roy Moore and the lie and the not lie and the defense and the accusation and all of this, you see. You see. Is there such a thing as truth and not truth as a choice? You see? What if the whole world is a seesaw of appearances or opinions, you see? And so your opinion wants to be the true opinion and the other one is down. So you get to be the true opinion by putting the other one down. So there was another thing in the news today, say following the news, and I'll see if the dots connect. I don't know if they will or not. But this guy, Trapper, who is the Fox guy? Tapper. So he debunked the big lie, or truth, bloop, 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 true lie, the truth/lie that Hillary sold uranium to the Russians and pocketed the money in her foundation. That's basically the accusation. Then Trump wants the Attorney General to investigate Hillary again. So, so I don't watch Fox, but what I read is that Tapper exposed the uranium story as a lie. There's no basis to it. It was a departmental action. About 13 different departments did a normal action in a transaction, and Hillary didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, she wasn't, and she didn't get any money out of it. So anyway, it was a normal legal government action done by the Department of the Government. So Hillary wasn't stirring it up, you see. Anyway. So the news is that the Fox supporters are dumping on Tapper because he pulled out their anchor. You see. So the thought came to me was that much of Fox, and when I say Fox, I'm also talking about the USS Republican Party. Pretend like the Republican Party is a ship. Okay? The USS GOP. Okay. Now, when a ship is at sea, especially the old sailing ships, when they didn't want to get caught up by a current, they would put out a sea anchor. And that sea anchor would kind of like hold them in place, even though they weren't putting an anchor in the ocean floor. So it's called a sea anchor. It's kind of like a big umbrella or something, but you could hold your ship in place with this sea anchor going that held you against the current, you see. So if you use this as a metaphor, you can see that Fox and the establishment are using Hillary, and before that Obama, and before that Clinton, as a sea anchor. So it holds the worldview stable. And it depends upon this evil or enemy to hold the ship stable. It's called a scapegoat. You can hold yourself stable against the current of time if you have a sea anchor that's a scapegoat. They did it. And then everybody on the ship focuses on the sea anchor. Yeah. So you anchor yourself by your enemy. You anchor yourself by the other who is trying to get you, trying to corrupt you, trying to hurt you, you see, trying to invade you, or trying to take away your freedom. You see, so that sea anchor holds your idea in place, and you feel secure, and you feel certain, and you feel righteous. So a sea anchor holds your righteousness in place, you see. And the sea anchor then, the other, is the liar, and you're not the liar, you're telling the truth. That's the liar, you see. Clinton, Obama, the immigrants, whoever you pick for your scapegoat is the liar. So your truth is, get this image now, your truth is held in place by having an enemy who is lying. But when you look at let's look at this, you see. Let's come back to this, my little drink here. There's two dolphins. Truth, not truth. Republicans, Hillary. Okay? Or Republicans, Hillary, right? So this dolphin says, I'm the truth. You see, I'm going through the circle of truth because that one's not. And how do I know I'm truthful? Because that one's not true. So I anchor myself. See, there are two dolphins. It's one dolphin, one whole split into two. And so this side here becomes the good side because it's not the bad side. So the GOP becomes righteous because it's not Obama. They don't have to identify themselves. All they have to say, I'm not Obama. Whatever I want to do, all I have to do is undo Obama. You see what I mean? So you need your anchor. You need your scapegoat. You need your enemy. You need your other. And of course, Jesus defeats this by saying, love your sea anchor. It's you. You created it. Love it. Accept it. If you accept it, your ship is free to flow with the current of life instead of holding against the tide, holding against change, being a herd of musk ox, you see, holding the line, the last stand. I shall not change. My position is strong, you see. Hold the line. Confederate statues are holding the line. You see, so when there's fear of life, now life is change. Life is impermanent, says the Buddha. Impermanence means change. It's not that in the Buddhism, in Zen, in the non-dual traditions, there's a different understanding of time. You don't say, I'm a thing in time. This is what our common sense view. We're all things in time. Well, that's true in the sense that there's a asphalt machine out there in time. It just left. Now it's quiet. So there was a time when it was here, and now it's not, you see. But the deeper meaning, the metaphorical meaning, is that We are time. So we're in time. The asphalt machine was here, now it's gone. But we are time. And the our time is that we're always here together as this present moment, just this, you see. So as I talk to you, it's always just this. You're only experiencing me as just this. You're not experiencing me except in memory. As I started talking, I've got 4 minutes left of this talk, so I've been talking for 6 minutes, you see. So that while I'm talking, we're always now. So it's always now. And now is time. We're not in time unless I step back and look at the watch and say, oh, you've been talking for 6 minutes. And now I think, well, yeah, we're in time. No, you and I are time. We are always time. So that means we're always changing. So that means that whenever we resist change by creating a world idea and living in it and then anchoring it in the flow of time with a sea anchor, which is somebody to blame, a scapegoat, you see, is a sea anchor that holds me in place in the river of time so I don't change. So my worldview stays the same and I feel righteous, I feel secure, I feel certain, and everything is the way my parents knew it. You see. And everything will stay the same. Everything is created and stamped. This is it, you see. You're not going to change, you see. So change is a threat when you are invested in not changing. Because when you invest in not changing, your ego or your me is invested in it. And your me identifies with the world idea that you identify with to secure your place in time, you see. So in order to flow with time, you have to give up your me. And who is going to do that, you see? But time will do that. Life will do it. Life will give you not a pothole, but a sinkhole. Potholes not attended to become sinkholes in your life. And if you have these little potholes of resistance or against change, and you keep trying to asphalt them over, underneath that pavement of security and righteousness, a huge sinkhole is growing. And one day, when you least expect it, you'll break through the asphalt into a sinkhole, you see. You know what that sounds like? Jonathan Edwards and his preaching on the angry God holding you over the fire of hell by a thread, at which he holds by just his whim keeps you from dropping into eternal damnation, you see. So watch out for the sinkhole. So anyway, I hope I connected some dots here. We're looking at the idea of time and our belief that if I can just asphalt over all the sinkholes, eventually my life will be perfectly smooth. That the dryer will never break down, that the washing machine will never break, that I'll get no more lies, and everything will be asphalt clean, you see. And we'll say, oh, I love the smell of asphalt in the morning, you see. Or suddenly everything smells like the stench of lies. What you thought was true is a lie. What you thought was secure is a lie. Or deceptive, or not the complete story, or a shading, or a spin, you see. So what you believed is not so. Remember, I don't remember it, but there was a famous headline in New York about the Yankees or Dodgers, I don't think, and Shoeless Joe was an idol of the kids. He didn't wear shoes when he played baseball, and he got caught taking a bribe, and the headline was, "Say it ain't so, Shoeless Joe. Say it ain't so." We'll talk about the stench of lies tomorrow and how to turn the stench into perfume. Thanks for dropping in.